Now see these groups. This is a group containing two elements, 1 and -1, and of course it is a group with respect to the operation star, that multiplication. Now if you observe this, there is a one, in this group there is a characteristic. So one element can be used to generate all the other elements. So if I use -1, so -1 power 1 is nothing but -1, therefore -1 is generated, and -1 power 2 is 1, therefore 1 is also generated. So this particular element -1 can be used to generate all the elements of this group. That is why this is called as generator. And such a group, if there is a generator in a group, then that group is called as cyclic group. Okay, now if you observe this one here, so you can use omega. So omega power 1 is omega, and omega power 2 is omega square, and omega power 3 is 1, which means by using this one element omega, I'll be able to generate omega square as well as 1. All the other elements are generated using one element. That is why omega is the generator in this group. And what about omega square? See this, omega square power 1 is omega square, and then omega square power 2 is omega. The reason is it can be written as omega cube into omega, that is why, right? And then omega square power 3 is 1. So again omega square is also generating all the other elements including omega square. So that is why omega square is also a generator. So in this group also we have got exactly two generators, but even if there is one generator also, we can call the group as a cyclic group. So even in this case, even this group is also a cyclic group. Got it? And look at this one, this example, third one. This is a group, and now you can take an element, one element, and you can generate all the other elements, but it is not always possible. Okay, so in some examples it is possible. So here it is possible. So if you take I, and if you take I power 1, it is going to be I, and if you take I power 2, it is going to be minus 1. If you take I power 3, it is going to be minus I. If you take I power 4, it is going to be 1, which means by taking the powers of I am able to generate all the other elements. That is why I is a generator. Similarly, you can see that minus I will also be a generator, and since there is at least one generator, you can call this G as a cyclic group. Now if you check this one here, this is also a cyclic group. The reason is you can take one element and you can generate all the other elements. So that element is going to be 1. If you take 1, see this, if you take 1, and 1 power 1, here 1 power 1 is nothing but is addition, not multiplication, right? So 1 power 1 is 1, and 1 power 2 is 2, and 1 power 3 is 3, and 1 power 4 is 0. So by taking 1, you will be able to generate all the other elements. That is why 1 is a generator, right? Let's see if 3 is also a generator. Okay, so 3, if you find out, then 3 power 1 is 3, 3 power 2 is 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 when you divide with 4, it is going to be 2, and then 3 power 3, 3 power 3 means 3 plus 3 plus 3, which is 9, and 9 when you divide with 4, it is 1, and then 3 power 4, 3 power 4 means 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, which is 12, and 12 when you divide with 4, it is going to be 0. Therefore 1 and 3 both are going to be generators. Got it? So how did I guess that if 1 is a generator, 3 is also a generator? It is based on the property that if A is a generator, then A inverse will also be a generator, and we know that 1 and 3 are inverses of each other. That is why I am able to do that. Here also, if I is a generator, then I inverse is a generator, isn't it? I inverse is minus I, and similarly if omega is a generator, omega square is also a generator. So anyway, the main thing that you should focus here is a cyclic group. So see the definition: a group capital G comma star is called a cyclic group if there exists an element A belongs to G such that every element of G can be written as A power n for some integer n. Then A is called generating element or generator of the group. Okay, So what I mean to say is you should be able to find an element A, and if you keep on raising it to some integer power, you should keep on getting all the elements of the group. Then such an element is called generator, and it has got various applications in other fields. Okay, fine.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So, first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and IITs, universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%, but all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177 and IIT Roorkee's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkee, then getting into university is better than IIT Roorkee is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkee. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities, but whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.